welcome back to my channel and welcome to Michaela's 21 months update. It has been a whole summer since I updated you on her development, 3 months to be exact. Today I'll share what we have been up to all this time, and of course, as always, I'll insert cute clips of Michaela, so stay tuned. If you're new here by any chance, welcome. My name is Karyna. I'm a full-time mom. I create videos on multiple motherhood topics, including breastfeeding, product reviews, baby and toddler meal ideas, activity ideas, baby food reviews, and more, where I share my experience, tips and tricks to make motherhood and fatherhood just a bit easier on you. And if this sounds like something you'd like to watch, please consider subscribing and hit the bell icon to get notified about a fresh video every single Thursday. By the way, when this video goes live on September 10th, my YouTube channel turns 2 years old. And I want to say thank you to each one of you who is finding my content interesting and helpful. Thank you for hitting that like button. Thank you for hitting that bell icon, for commenting and supporting me. This growing community of ours warms my heart, and I'm so glad to be able to reach parents who need someone to relate to, who need some advice, maybe sometimes some encouragement and support. And I'm just so glad that you are with me on this journey. And if you are with me since back when I had Michaela, or even back when I was pregnant with her, let me know in the comments below. I would love to see if you are still following along. And now, without further ado, let's just get to this update. So, summertime. It gets very hot and humid here in South Carolina in the summer. We had to switch our walks way later in the day, and even though we did that, we were still very sweaty and out of breath every time. Finally, in September now, it gets a little cooler and it's such a relief. But anyhow, we kept on exploring our neighborhood, we kept our walks regular, and we also started to take her to playgrounds more often. She is very into playgrounds now, even more than when I updated you last, when she was 18 months old. Now she loves to communicate with kids, and we even had a couple of play dates this summer because quarantine was not as strict down here this summer. So she had a blast. She enjoys hanging out with kids. However, the pool in our community has been closed during the whole summer due to the quarantine. Now it looks like they are going to open it back up. Even though it's September already, we're probably gonna get another month of warm weather or so, and I'm very excited to take her to the pool because I'm very curious if she is still as comfortable in the water as she used to be when she was a baby. She hasn't practiced any swimming or diving since her birthday last year in December, and if you have been following along for a while, you know that we were teaching her to dive since her very first bath when she was 3 weeks old. So I'm kind of nervous about this experience, and I'm kind of nervous to dive her, but we'll see what's gonna happen and I'll update you on that. Despite the fact that we had our pool closed, we tried our best and we took Michaela to the beach about every other weekend or so. She loves it. She's so happy at the beach and it's so good for her. The water, the sun, the sand, the sensory play, the ocean breeze. She loves to wave to people, look at the dogs, play in the sand. It warms my heart to see her happy and so content, even though it's not a relaxing beach time for us as parents. But we committed to this activity this summer and we took her there, and it's almost like a workout for us because she's very busy and very fearless. We also took her to a tennis court this summer a few times to just start practicing little by little, and I made a little short sweet video of her first tennis lesson. You can watch it after if you haven't seen it yet. I will have it linked for you in the description. And despite that heat in the summer that turned her cheeks red every time, she loved it. She enjoyed practicing with her dad, and now in fall I think we'll be doing it more often, especially because the weather is getting better for sports and outdoor activities, and because she is more mature now and physically stronger and also can comprehend better. Also, there were a couple of weeks this summer when we had to stop all fun activities because Michaela got very sick. It was a very hard time for us. It was very hard to navigate through, especially when you're a new parent, especially when you're a new parent in a foreign country, and moreover, because the virus she caught, you cannot recognize it until a few days in, and those few days she was having such high fevers. I was so worried about her. Long story short, we had our first ER trip. She got diagnosed with something completely different. She was given a dose of antibiotics straight there in ER, and they told us to keep giving it to her, which we did, and it seemed like a torture every time. And then it appeared to be something else, some virus that kids get all the time in this age, which does not require any meds. Poor baby, I felt so bad for her, I felt so guilty, but you know, when you're in the situation and the doctor tells you that that's what it is and that's what you have to do, you just follow what doctor tells you, and you try to relieve your baby's pain. When your baby is having high fevers, not feeling well at all, not feeling herself, you're just gonna listen to the doctor and you're just gonna go with it to try and relieve it immediately. But now looking back at it, we probably should have gotten a second opinion, but we live and we learn. I'm so glad it's behind us now, and it made us all stronger. She learned so much more during these 3 months. She knows some colors now. She can recognize some of them, about 5 colors, I would say. One of her favorite things to do outside now is point on cars and have me say the color of each car in our neighborhood.
Это черная.
And sometimes she also tries to say colors herself, but she only gets that first part of the word, so I won't even be trying to film it because it's all in Russian, obviously, and you won't be able to understand it. Even me, I am barely understanding what she means. It started just recently. She recently started to repeat after me so many words, but like I said, it's just like the first letter of the word or the first 2 letters of the word. And by the way, if you haven't seen my video about how we're raising her bilingual, I will have it linked down below for you. Watch it after. There I explain our unique situation at home and how we're trying to don't confuse her and trying to raise her Spanish-Russian bilingual. So besides that, she points on pretty much everything half of the day, and she goes in Russian, this, and she wants me to tell her the color or what is it. So this has been fun, but annoying at times, to be honest. She also knows more animals and more animal noises. She also tries to name some animals on her own, but like I said, it's just using those first couple of letters of the word, and it's really hard to understand even for people who know Russian. But I'm so proud of her. She's doing so great for her age. She just getting the hang of it. It started recently, just maybe when she was 20 months old. So besides that, she's learning so much more faster. Sorry, that was weird. So she's learning faster now. For example, she knows how to recognize who is a male and who is a female. She almost always she gets it right, and I did not really spend much time teaching her that. As well as she learned how to blow a candle. And I think she just got it from me doing it. I did not really teach her that. Also, some animal noises, we only told her, like, for example, how the wolf goes maybe a couple of times, and she got it like that. It's amazing. Understands me so much better now. It feels like she understands 80-90% of everything I say, and it makes life easier now. It does, because we can negotiate with her, we can compromise, and she also knows what she wants most of the time, and I love that about her. So, for example, she would tell me that she wants a snack. She would go, yum, 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 that she wants to eat, and I know it's a snack because it's not a meal time. So, she cannot tell me exactly what she wants yet, but she can tell me yes or no if I give her options. So I go, do you want a cracker? And she would go, da, or "Нет," or I would tell her, "Do you want an apple?" And she can also say yes or no. And then we go like, I give her like 10 options, and then she picks. The same goes with like toys. If she's playing with something and she's bored, she would come to me, show me that she's bored, and then I go, "Do you wanna draw? Do you wanna do something else?" And she can say yes or no. And this is a awesome upgrade. Like I said, makes her life easier. And also she started making the 2-word sentences, and this makes her sound so mature. "Нет" is her favorite word now, which is no in English. And if you have a child of similar age, you know that disagreeing with you is their favorite thing to do now. I can't say that it's terrible, but she's definitely entering this terrible twos stage, and we are learning to navigate our ways through it. And we have been having a few meltdowns, usually because of screen time. Screen time has been an issue lately because, especially this summer, I can't really remember if it was easier like in the spring, but I think it got harder because it's really hard to get stuff done with her. She either wants my full attention most of the time, or she wants to be watching TV. And I'm trying my best to involve her in doing chores, and she loves it, but I don't always have a patience for it. And I try to make her do things that she can do without, messing things up. I do, but she does still get a lot of screen time, because otherwise I can't put my house together. I feel out of whack and I'm angry. And let me know if you can relate to this, if you have a child similar age or a toddler, because something tells me that most of the kids are like that, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe my kid is special. But also sometimes she can play on her own, but that's rare occasions. Rare occasions when she can play, for example, in a pantry. I let her play there when I do dishes. Or she can unpack groceries with me, which of course takes much longer because she makes me name each item, which is a good learning process, but still, I hope you can relate to this, because otherwise, if you don't, I'm gonna feel like a bad mom. So also, she knows how to pick up her toys now, more or less, at least she's kind of enjoying this process. She loves to cook with me. That's also one of the ways to don't put TV on, make it longer for me to cook dinner, but kind of involve her. Does not always work, but sometimes we both have fun with it. For example, like that time when I filmed our baking with a toddler video. If you haven't seen it, again, go watch it after this video is done. But also this summer she became into coloring so much. That was one of her favorite things to do. We've got her lots of crayons, and then we got her those magic markers that paint only in that certain paper, because if she's playing with crayons, if she's coloring with crayons, you have to supervise her because she's gonna paint on everything. She still has a great appetite, and also I'm proud of the fact that she eats some foods that kids rarely like. She eats quite a few vegetables, not all of them, but quite a few. She likes raw onions, especially with lime on top of them. I know it's not good to give your kids acidic food, but I try to limit it, but she really loves it. Also, she eats fish, and she eats spicy foods. So I'm very, very proud of her appetite. If you've been watching my channel for a while, I've been working on that hard. But also something interesting happened. We switched her from her high chair to sitting just in a regular chair with us in the table, and it almost changed our lives. Well, at least changed our meal time, because lately she got in the habit of throwing things on the floor right after she was done when she was eating in the high chair. She couldn't wait a second for me to come and take her out. She had to throw everything on the floor, maybe scream sometimes, and it was testing me every single meal. It was so stressful for me. And surprisingly, when we switched her to a regular chair, she is eating so much cleaner, and now meals became enjoyable for all of us. All of her canine teeth have erupted already. In June and July, we did have quite a few rough nights and some crying during the day, but right now, teeth don't seem to bother her at all. However, we do still wait for another set of molars to show up, and from what I know, kids usually get them around the time when they turn 2, and considering the fact that Michaela has been having her teeth erupt one after another, we might be entering another teething season very soon. In case any of you wondering, we did not potty train her yet. She is not ready whatsoever. She does not tell me if she went. She does not hide if she needs to go. She's not bothered by a wet or dirty diaper. She's wet in her diapers at night and during the nap time. But we did buy a potty and we put it in the bathroom, and I try to sit her there time to time. I take her with me when I have to go, and I sit her there too and explain her what is it for, and she kind of copies me too, but I don't think she's nearly ready for it. And as long as I know, the earlier you start in this case, the longer it will take, the harder it will be, and I'm not rushing into this potty training journey. I have a lot on my plate right now and I'm not ready to add to it, but I'll keep you updated on this. I thought I'll insert a little sleep and breastfeeding update in this video as well, because I'm not sure when I'm gonna be making another breastfeeding or weaning update just yet. Because also nothing has changed from the time when I posted the 20 months breastfeeding update. She is pretty much sleeping just as bad at night, and her nap is also 1 hour long. She has pretty much as many breastfeeding sessions as she used to have. If anything, we actually had a very rough and brutal week, like last week, I believe, because she became older and louder, and when she decides to demand nursing at night, and for some reason last week she was demanding every single night, multiple times a night, it seems like she can wake up the whole building with her screaming, and it's very annoying and very unpleasant. And we were trying to figure out, like, is something bothering her? But nothing seems to bother her. She just wanted to demand what she wanted. So anyhow, we are implementing some changes currently. We are doing something about it because, like I said, last week was brutal. Wish us luck and stay tuned, because I'm definitely going to update you on that, and look out for an exciting news. Overall, these 3 months have been very busy, but we tried our best to enjoy the summer as much as possible, despite the pandemic, despite her getting sick and teething. And if you can tell, she is still a wild one. One of our friends called her hyperactive, and which this can be actually true, because I have no one to compare her with. She's my only child, and in my adult years I have never been around small kids in like a long period of time to be able to tell if her activity level is hyper or normal. So she definitely keeps us busy and makes us happy. Thank you for following our journey. If you have any questions, if I didn't cover some topics, please let me know in the comments below. Ask me your questions, feel free to do so. I'm always glad to help if I can. And if you found this video interesting, please give it thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, so that hopefully we can celebrate 2 years of the channel with hitting 500 subscribers, but also that you can keep up with updates and also other helpful content every single Thursday. And today, as always, I want to wish you to have happy and joyful parenthood journey, and I'll see you next week. Bye.